For him, we welcome you into Playoff Central Live, into our NBA TV studios. We've got Steve Smith, Jason Terry. I'm Ashley Shamady. This one was kind of a blowout in the second quarter. Obviously, Milwaukee's season was on the line, so they really had to play to their best ability. No Damian Lillard, no Giannis Antetokounmpo. Smitty, did you expect this type of game, though, from them?
No, I thought they would come out and play extremely hard because of down Dame and down Giannis. Did not think it would be a blowout. I thought the Milwaukee Bucks had a chance to win, but you got to give a lot of credit to Bobby Portis and another guy. I thought Patrick Beverley had his imprint all over this game with 12 assists, but you know he's going to be Patrick Beverley defensively and just antagonize guys, but he also made shots. He played extremely hard. I love the energy he played with to come out with 13 points, 12 assists. He had 2 steals, a block shot. You know, Patrick Beverley had one of those good games that you can think about it. This is antics, you know, just kept the crowd in and kept his team into it.
The role players, if you will, obviously had to step up with those 2 superstars out. And I love what Bobby Portis was telling Stephanie. You know, he went in and apologized to the team after being ejected in the first quarter, knew he had to show up for a big game. 29 points for him, 10 rebounds. JG, what impressed you most just about how he played tonight?
Well, it's just how he's played his whole time in Milwaukee. He's very inspiring. He's a leader of the heart and soul of that team. Toughness, the grit. And tonight he was able to show his offensive abilities as well. In the mid-post is a tough cover. He can knock down the spot-open three. And, you know, he's tough, man. He's tough as they come. He's one of those guys you want in the foxhole with you when it's going down.
For the Pacers, though, they have been able to set the tone for most of this series, playing to their type of tempo. So what went wrong early for Indiana?
You know, I think for them, they didn't knock down shots and also didn't get to the free throw line. And give the Bucks a lot of credit. Transition defense was, you know, he's turned both ankles, still come out and get 29 points and 12 rebounds. That is a vet leading his team to a gutsy win.
Was it a little bit of a mentality game as well? Obviously coming in without Giannis, without Damian, thinking – not that they had it in the bag, but thinking, okay, we know the strengths of this team. We know the weaknesses. We can play to it. Was a little bit of it just a mental approach? Maybe they weren't just up to the challenge for this one.
Yeah, Indiana, you know, let their guard down a little bit, and that's just not having enough of a veteran presence in that locker room. They're still a young team, especially in playoff experience. They didn't play their pace tonight. We talked a lot about their pace, getting up and down, make some misses, pushing the ball. But Milwaukee controlled tempo tonight, and that's why they got the victory.
The Bucks outscored the Pacers 64-36 in the second and third quarters. I love that they were talking about this on the broadcast, the psychology of the postseason. You can get blown out in games, but it not matter come the next one. So what do Bucks, you know, what is the team? What do they need to kind of take into Indiana? Because that environment is also going to be a tough place to play.
You know, you have to understand is, you know, the Indiana at one point is going to hit hard because they're going to have the momentum. They're going to have the fans behind them. They're going to be desperate. And I think the one thing about this game is they're going to have to understand is that Indiana does not want to come back to Milwaukee. So they are going to come in and play extremely hard in Indiana. So taking that first and second punch, just with the Milwaukee Bucks, they're going to have to do. And I think also for them, they're going to have to keep rebounding the basketball, imposing their will. 12 rebounds for Middleton, 10 for Porter. Got to get Lopez to rebound a little bit better. If they can keep rebounding, that'll slow down that run and that pace of the Pacers.
Yeah, controlling the backboards and then, you know, mentality. Milwaukee's mentality is, hey, we're going back to Milwaukee whether we win or not. Why not go back and play another day? And maybe they get Dame back. Maybe Giannis comes back. You never know, and they still have a fighting chance.
That's my next question for you. What if one of those or both of those superstars do come back? The way that this team was able to play and fight and play together, we kind of are seeing it a little bit maybe with the Clippers, with no Kawhi, the way, you know, other veterans were able to step up. Do we see that happening, or should Indiana be worried, obviously, if one of those guys comes back?
I'd be worried because anytime you get 2 great players like that to come back, is they make their team better. The unfortunate part is for the Milwaukee Bucks, are they in rhythm? Are they 100%? Are they going to be thinking? I think if you get a chance to sit those guys and get a chance to be able to play a hard game and you can win, now you know you can win without both guys. I think you play with cautions and try to sit them out.
Indiana was taken out of their game, their tempo. They didn't play their type of offense that we've seen the last couple games, but you got to give credit to the defense for the Bucks, and specifically Doc Rivers. It's why he was brought into Milwaukee. Did we see a lot of that, the adjustments made for this Game 5?
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, he had to tinker and toy with his lineups. His rotations were obviously the transition defensive team in Indiana. And so you have to put pressure on them with your defense, build a wall, rest, play the possession all the way out. Here it is again. The ball handler, he's looking to ice.
They were really able to get it done. Talking about Malik Beasley, you mentioned Pat Bev, everything that he can do. Bobby Portis, just his energy. But Malik Beasley as well. 18 points for him, 4 of 6 from the three. Once again, another one of those role players that really stepped up tonight.
Yeah, and they needed that. He needed that. I think for confidence standpoint, he's never going to lose that. I've been knowing him as a youngster around here in Atlanta. He just needed some reps, some consistent minutes, and he took advantage of them. I just love the way, because I know he can score. I just love the way he competed defensively. Had an all-around game, knocked down some threes, but also did everything else for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I love that he got on the glass with 5 boards. He's going to be huge for them in Indiana because he can spread the floor and knock down jump shots.
The Bucks won in the paint, 50-42. They won in second chance points. They won in fast break points. I mean, do you credit more? Obviously, it's on both sides, but more so the Bucks defense for stopping Indiana and really slowing them down, or just the way that they were able to flow offensively and get their rhythm going that way?
For me, Coach, I think this one is just one of those veteran experience. Those guys been around, and they know it was at stake, and they came in and played well. And I think the Pacers' inexperience kind of showed in this game.
No, you're right, Smitty, the experience, right? And then understanding when you're a young team how hard it is to close out a team, especially a team that has championship pedigree on their home floor. They just weren't going to lay down. Indiana got off to a great start. They're up 8 in the first quarter, and then they just got destroyed in the second and third. And that's really what propelled Milwaukee to victory tonight.
Bobby Portis, one of the stars of tonight's game. Let's go ahead and hear from him with Stephanie Reddy right after the win. Bobby.
And, I came into a film room this morning for shoot around. Obviously, we had an off day yesterday, recovery day. Just apologize to my team. I feel like I let my team down. Big game 4 on the road. I went out there to just compete with my team, man. Win or lose, I got to be better. And I apologize to them and just came out tonight to play hard as I could.
Well, you certainly made up for it. You had a new career playoff high for you for scoring. What were you seeing out there offensively?
I just try to read just how the defense playing me, man. Most of the time they front, and then if the big man's digging a lot, or the low man isn't help. So I just try to read the guy that's around. Not necessarily the guy that's guarding, but the guy that's low man or the guy that's digging. They played a lot of one-on-one. I just took advantage of it.
Okay, you all extended the series, so you go back to Indiana. What have you learned so far that you guys can take advantage of?
Obviously, we got to sprint back on defense, build a wall. They're tough in transition. Obviously, we got to box out. Big game on Friday that we lost. We didn't get a rebound, so boxing out, getting offensive rebounds. Sprint back on defense and just competing, man. The playoffs about competing and who wanted more. So I think Thursday will come down to who wanted the most.
Congratulations. Thanks for stopping.
Let's get it. We alive.
Bobby Portis, 29 points, 24 shots that he took, you guys. I mean, this was a little bit of a coming out game for him, at least for this season.
No doubt. Hard to do coming off the bench, but obviously with more opportunity, there's more opportunities to get shots. And he just showed tonight why he easily could have been the 6th man of the year, because he can fill it up.